Hi there guys, going to be a video tonight on the Headgun Leshiy 2. More specifically, I'm going to be rebuilding the regulator and having a little poke around inside. I thought I'd bring you with me to show you what I'm going to do. Before we start, I just want to say there's nothing wrong with the regulator that's in the Leshiy 2 already. It works fine, I've had no problems with it. I just rebuild the regulators on all my rifles so I know they're good and they're going to last and they're going to perform at their best. This isn't necessarily a how-to guide, this is just how I'm doing it. So let's get started. First up, we're going to need some tools. A set of Allen keys, 2mm, 3mm and 4mm, a set of circlip pliers, and if you're replacing the O-rings in the regulator, you're going to need 5 by 1.5s, 8 by 1.5s and 16 by 2s. With that said, let's get started. So firstly, take your 2mm Allen key and undo this screw here. Quarter turn will do, just to bleed the air out. I've bled the air prematurely so that we can get started straight away. Next, 4mm Allen key in this screw here to remove the brace. Keep a hold of this screw, it will come in handy a bit later on. Once that's done, you can simply unscrew the plenum. I have to take this gauge off as it's a plenum that I've made. We unscrew. Set the back to one side. Next, using the circlip pliers to remove this circlip in here. Once the circlip's out, you can pull the reg out. It can be a little stiff sometimes, so they might require a little wiggle to get them to move out. There it comes. Set the valve to one side. Now this is the reg. The reg's in two pieces, the bottom half and the top half. It also has a locking screw and an adjuster screw. Since I'm going to be resetting my reg, I'm going to take out the locking screw and the adjuster screw. You can leave them together if you don't plan on adjusting the reg, but the regulator pressure will change slightly if you rebuild the reg. Now, this locking screw is a left-handed thread, so you need to undo it by going clockwise. Oops. And that's a 4mm Allen key. The adjuster screw is a regular thread and it uses a 3mm Allen key. And there it is there. Right, next up is the body. Body simply unscrews. Make sure there's not a Belleville washer stuck to the top here. And there it is. Right, this piston in the middle here, that's your piston. This white stuff at the top is a plastic. I believe it's Delrin, however I could be wrong. The piston is seated in the body quite securely. It's quite difficult to pull out. This is why I said to retain this screw from earlier on. So if we flip the piston over, putting your finger on the top of the piston, see this has a screw thread in the bottom. Screw that in and then simply gently push and the piston pops straight out. Then you remove the screw and remove the piston entirely. This is a body, has only one O-ring at the back here. This is the piston, as you can see here, has 6 Belleville washers in pairs, so 3 sets of pairs. They're all the same. For sub 12 we only have 6 Belleville washers, however I believe FAC versions have more. These can be pulled off gently. It's easier to do them one stack at a time. I like to keep all the Belleville washers in the same pairs that they were stacked in originally, however I don't think it matters. Gently wiggle them across the O-ring. Here we have the piston, fully disassembled. Okay guys, thought I'd do a quick explanation of how this regulator works, as it's all in pieces at the moment. There's 3 major components: the piston, the Belleville washers and the adjustment screw. The Belleville washers are always trying to open the regulator. They are always trying to separate these 2 faces. When these 2 faces are touching, they are sealed and that no air can flow from the high pressure side or the bottle side into the regulated side. This is because of regulated air pressure acting on this side of the piston, pressing it into this nib here. When the gun is fired, the lack of pressure on this side allows the Belleville washers to spring the piston open. When the piston is opened, high pressure air is able to flow in through the piston. You can see the piston has a little hole in the back there. It's able to flow through and into the plenum. As the plenum fills up or pressurises, the piston is then forced back against the adjustment screw, sealing it shut again. What this means is that each part has to work consistently and reliably each and every time, else you'll get fluctuations in the regulated air pressure. What I'm going to be doing is taking a look at each component, seeing if there's any improvements I can make, and then rebuilding the regulator. I'm quite impressed with the headgun regulator. It's built quite nicely, nice and clean. There's a good amount of lube on everything, not too much but not too little. And one thing I do like is that they have ground flats and smooth areas on the Belleville washers. The flat on the Belleville washers, or the smooth surface, ensures that there's no rough edges, so that as the Belleville washers work together there is no binding or scraping of the 2 washers. While we're at this stage, I thought I'd just point out the different O-rings that are installed. So on the regulator adjustment screw and the end of the piston, this one here, that is a 5 by 1.5 O-ring. On the end of the regulator piston here, this is a 8 by 1.5 O-ring. And finally on the body of the O-ring here and here, this is a 16 by 2 O-ring. To clean the components, I'm simply going to be looking over them and wiping them with a small piece of cloth. There doesn't seem to be any large amounts of debris on anything. It's all built quite nicely and quite cleanly. For areas that I can't reach, such as in this bore, I'm simply going to use a cotton bud. Swirl it around in there. Remove any debris. Okay, now that everything's cleaned and I'm happy, it could all be put back together. However, one thing I am going to do before it gets put back together is just give these, the Belleville washers, a quick polish up. I'm only interested in these shiny surfaces here. If you look at them closely, you can see some light scratches where they've been ground. I'm just going to put them on a flat piece of plastic and use some fine sandpaper. This is 1200 to just remove the worst of the scratches. What I'll probably do is start off with 1200 and then move up to probably 3000 to finish them off. This will reduce friction between the Belleville washers and allow them to slip and slide across each other nice and freely. This step is optional, but I've found it makes a small difference in the other regulators I've rebuilt. It's not a massive one, but every little helps when you're dealing with regulators, I believe, and if I can give it a bit of a fighting chance, why not do it? Just thought I'd show you a quick before and after. The camera probably won't pick up the differences. This one has been polished and all the scratches been removed. This one, this is how it came. So this is what I'm doing. This is a very flat piece of plastic. This is 2000 grit sandpaper. I've just come off the 1200. All the major scratches have been removed. It's just the fine scratches left by the 1200 to remove now. So a small amount of WD-40 just to aid cutting. It's a light pressure on the top and just round in circles to remove the scratches. On to the next sandpaper, which is 3000, sorry, then 5000 to finish off. Won't bore you with the next, I'll bring you back when they're all done. Now that I'm happy with the way they've polished up, the final operation is to just give them a light go over with the Dremel with some Autosol or metal polish on the mop, just to really bring out the shine. What I'll do is I'll lightly go over the tops and the bottoms, then I'll just do in this inner ID here. So now that they're all polished, it's time to give them a good clean up. I'm going to stick them in the ultrasonic bath with just some cleaner, let them run for a few minutes, then put them back in. Once we're happy that everything's nice and clean, Bellevilles are nice and clean, everything's prepped, it's time to start putting it back together. I'm wearing some nitrile gloves just to stop any debris from my hands getting into the regulator. So firstly, what I'm going to do is just take the piston and apply a small amount of silicone grease to the bottom and middle O-ring. You only need a small amount and you can wipe the excess off with your fingers, just so that there's a very, very light coating. Next, what I'm going to do is take some of this. This is dry lube. It's a powder similar to graphite, so you can see a little bit there. It's a powder. It's very, very, very slippery and helps metal to metal contacts glide along smoothly. So what we're going to do is just take each individual Belleville washer and give them a light dusting on both sides, then lightly rub it in with the gloves. This will leave a nice thin coating over each Belleville and allow them to slip and slide against one another easily. You have to be slightly careful with this stuff, it does get everywhere, so the gloves are a good idea. The Belleville washers have to be stacked the same way you took them off. In my case, one cup this way, one cup that way, and one cup this way again, and so on until all 6 Belleville washers were stacked like so. You'll see that the graphite's got a bit everywhere, so I'm just going to take a cotton bud and wipe it off the areas I don't want it. You also know I've changed gloves because it does track onto everything. Right, I'm happy with the piston. That can go back in the housing. Make sure it's nice and clean. Light press in there, hits the bottom shelf, it's not going anywhere. Next up, the top section of the regulator can simply be screwed on. Next up is the adjuster screw. I'm just going to put, again, a very light smearing of silicone grease around this top O-ring. So just put the adjuster in there, seat it onto the screw thread, then with a 3mm Allen key screw your regulator adjuster down. For setting the rig, I have simply wound this all the way in till it stops, and I'm going to undo it one full turn. And we'll see what that pressure gets us. Then just need to put back the locking screw. This is of course a left-handed thread. Once it's all together, push it back into the housing and reinstall the circlip. Make sure the circlip's seated all the way into the end so the regulator cannot force its way back out. Right,